Nearly half of Gen Z and 59% of millennials say they feel behind financially. We live in a world where financial success is often portrayed through lavish lifestyles, flashy cars, expensive clothes, or bragging about how much money you spend.
A remodel is totally going over budget. Oh, and you wouldn't believe how much money we spent going to Fiji.
But the truth is, financial well-being is about way more than just what we see on someone's Instagram page. Today, I'm going to share with you some subtle but powerful signs that you're doing well financially, even if it doesn't always feel that way. Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Andrew and I'm a certified public accountant and former financial analyst. And on this channel, we explore data-driven strategies to help us achieve financial independence. First up, you have a producer mindset. The type of mindset you have, either consumer or producer, shapes how you approach earning, spending, saving, and investing money. The consumer mindset focuses on consumption, immediate gratification, and the desire to always buy the next best thing. Think Allen Iverson regularly spending 30 to 40K at strip clubs, or your Aunt Sally's infamous mug collection. This perspective is driven by societal norms, marketing tactics, and FOMO, which often leads to impulse buying and accumulating debt to sustain consumption habits. On the other hand, the producer mindset thinks of money as a resource to help accomplish financial goals. Those with a producer mindset often look at spending as an investment and prioritize building wealth and financial independence over immediate consumption. For example, this can be investing in appreciating assets like real estate or stocks instead of depreciating assets like fancy cars, expensive clothes, or the latest tech product. Now, this doesn't mean that those with producer mindsets never buy things for immediate gratification, but rather they prioritize spending large amounts into appreciating assets first. And so if you are someone with a producer mindset, you are already one step closer to achieving financial independence and meeting your long-term financial goals. Second, you live by an inner scorecard. And no, I'm not talking about the scorecard you hide in your back pocket where you write your triple bogeys down as pars. When it comes to assessing financial success, you either play the status game, which involves seeking validation and recognition from others, or the wealth game, which focuses on personal financial growth and fulfillment. Warren Buffett famously talks about living by this inner scorecard where you make financial decisions based on your own values, principles, and standards. People who play the status game keep score through societal validation from material possessions like the car you drive, how big of a home you live in, and even the lavish vacations you take. The problem is, in this game, the goalposts are always shifting and you end up double doinking like Cody Parkey once someone you follow on social media buys a nicer car or an even bigger home. This game leads to a constant pursuit of approval and comparison, leaving you feeling empty and unfulfilled once you no longer feel like you're on top. The wealth game, on the other hand, is a long-term single-player game, sort of like my career on 2K, except way better. It focuses on financial security, independence, and the freedom to live on your own terms. You can still buy a big home or take a nice vacation, but it's not for compliments or to show off, but instead to meet your own financial goals. Third, your finances are automated. When it comes to recurring bills like your mortgage or rent, utilities, debt payments, and credit cards, you have auto pay set up so that you never miss a payment. On a similar note, you also automate your savings and investments. By setting up monthly automatic transfers from your checkings to your high yield savings account, you are more likely to save consistently and avoid spending what you should be saving. And by setting up an automated investment plan in your investment account, which schedules automated deposits into funds you already own in your account, you partake in statistically one of the best investment strategies, dollar cost averaging. This involves investing the same amount of money into a fund at regular intervals over a certain period of time, regardless of the price. By buying regularly in both bull and bear markets, you buy more shares at lower prices and fewer shares at higher prices. As a result, dollar cost averaging can reduce the overall impact of price volatility and lower the average cost per share. 4, you're actively learning about financial literacy. One thing the school system failed to teach, other than networking, socializing, getting a job, how to change a tire, dating,
Did I miss anything?
is personal finance, as evidenced by the fact that only 57% of Americans are financially literate. This term refers to understanding a variety of important financial skills and concepts such as budgeting, investing, taxes, borrowing, and personal financial management. Luckily, learning about personal finance is more available than ever before, as you can learn through books, podcasts, or YouTube channels like this one. But in all seriousness, one thing I will say though is always be mindful of whoever's speaking or writing to you. Just because someone has a microphone doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. Always make sure 1, they are sharing sound financial principles, 2, they practice what they preach, and 3, have some type of credibility to their name, whether it's through education or personal experience. 5, you don't make the same financial mistakes twice. We all know the saying, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, or fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. But it should really be,
fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you're never gonna fool me twice.
everyone makes financial mistakes, whether it costs us $30 or $30 million.
Tom also lost $30 million in crypto. Tom, how did you fall for that? I mean, even Gronk was like, me know that not real money. Like,
And so it's not about being perfect, but rather learning from your past financial mistakes so you don't repeat them. This means if you racked up credit card debt once, you change your spending habits to make sure you never go back into credit card debt again. So much of financial success comes from learning from your own as well as other people's mistakes. And so if you don't harp on your mistakes and instead view them as learning opportunities, you're well on your way to financial success. 6, you are conscious about your spending. I often hear people say you should live frugally, or better yet, live like you're broke. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be living with no AC and unwelcomed roommates. I think it's important to note that spending money isn't a bad thing, overspending is. Most of us work for a living, and so we should be able to spend some of our hard-earned money guilt-free. And so as long as you know your spending tendencies, know exactly how much you have available to spend, and make sure you still have money left over for saving and investing, then you are doing well financially. According to a recent survey, 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and so if you have full control over your spending and spend less than you make, you are doing better than you think. 7, you have an emergency fund. According to another recent survey, more than 20% of Americans have no emergency savings, while 49% of Americans can't afford a $1,000 emergency. And so if you've managed to save 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, you're doing great. This safety net prepares you for any unexpected events like car repairs or medical bills without going into debt. Having this cash buffer not only provides financial security, but also peace of mind. If you have a fully stocked emergency fund, you know you can handle life's curveballs without relying on credit card or debt, which is a huge step towards financial independence. Another sign you're doing well financially is having your debt under control. If you're making steady progress on paying down your debts and not taking on new unnecessary debt, it shows you have a good handle on your financial obligations. Controlling your debt means prioritizing high interest debts first and paying more than the minimum payments when possible. It also means understanding the difference between good debt like a mortgage and bad debt like high interest credit card balances. It's not always about having zero debt, but about managing it wisely. And so if you are effectively managing your debt, you are opening up more opportunities for your financial future. 9, you have proper insurance coverage. If you've got the right insurance for your needs, whether it's health, auto, home, or life insurance, you're protecting yourself against significant financial setbacks. After all, medical debt is the leading cause of bankruptcy filings. Having adequate insurance means you're prepared for the unexpected and can avoid huge financial losses. It's an essential part of a comprehensive financial plan and a strong indicator that you're managing your finances well. And last but not least, you're able to give back. Whether it's donating to a charity, helping a family member in need, or volunteering your time, being able to give is a sign that you're in a stable financial position. It shows that you're not just surviving, but thriving. It reflects that you have enough to support not only yourself, but others as well. Giving back also enhances your sense of purpose and community, contributing to overall happiness and well-being. If you see yourself meeting all, a handful, or even just a few of these signs, give yourself some credit, and I'm not just talking about a golf clap. Financial well-being isn't always about having a lot of money, it's about managing what you have wisely and preparing for the future. With that said, if you want to learn about the top financial goals to achieve in your 20s, be sure to click this video here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.